With so many exciting, hotly anticipated features and Star Citizen's biggest planned update since planets were introduced 4.0, which is going to bring pyro and server meshing, underground facilities probably has ranked pretty low on the list of things to be excited about. And really, with the track record of the current underground facilities being as they are, not having changed really in the past 5 years and being the same lame thing over and over again, I don't think anyone can be really blamed for not having any enthusiasm for a slightly bigger version. But that's not what CIG are planning to do, according to their latest Inside Star Citizen, a developer post they do every single week. It seems they've got much more planned for it, and simply put, it has huge potential to have connections to every part of the game. So let me explain, but before I do, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you think I deserve it by the end. And don't forget to hit that bell icon as well, because you're not going to be notified if I post a video without hitting that anymore. YouTube changed that for some reason. I really don't get why. Quick little disclaimer before we go on, because you're going to see a lot of footage in this video that looks kind of rough. It's because this is the white box phase of their development, which means they're just roughing out the space's interior to understand the size and scale, so that when the environment artists come in, they can be a lot more efficient and directed with how they make it look pretty. So this is not super prettified yet, it's more just for understanding the layout and scale of the spaces and how they function. So taking at face value, the new proposed facilities may just appear to be big-scale underground facilities. The silhouette might be larger and the facility might be more sprawling, but what difference is it going to make if the content is just in a bigger, more pretty place? Let's talk about that. The key to the potential in these new facilities is its modularity that CIG is looking to employ. Now, up until now, the modularity they've been doing is really to change the look of an interior, to add different hallways and pieces and what have you. But what it looks like they're trying to do with these new facilities is that they want to create whole new sections and expand on these underground facilities, more like space stations with unique interior locations that could perhaps also be instanced a la showrooms like we've seen in the big ship shows they do every year. But what makes the UGFs even better than space stations potentially is that they don't have any limitations for what they look like on the interior, because there's no exterior model limiting the size or configuration of the space. So environmental artists and game designers can literally go wild with creativity. And that's exactly what they seem to be alluding to in their latest ISC. They spoke to it directly by saying that they want to have a variety of activities for all parts of the game in these facilities. So let's brainstorm some ideas here, because they didn't really go into it, but I am starting to get really excited because I started to see some really incredible ideas that they could really capitalize on to make the potential here a lot more actionable in the short term, as opposed to pie-in-the-sky, distant sorts of features. So let's imagine, for example, a dynamic event based around a bunker where you and a team have to clear a series of rooms. You descend into the location and the scenario starts in a private instance for you and a set number of teammates. This could be duplicated for any number of groups until a goal is met, say a certain number of enemies are killed or a certain number of resources are captured, or whatever objective you can imagine. These bunkers could give CIG a way to bring down the scale of large events to more group-sized gameplay, because they can instance the locations like they do with the showrooms that they've been using for the ship shows. Alternatively, one might also imagine an area of the underground facility being taken over by pirates or a rival faction for an individual one-off mission, and you need to clear it out. The scale of these facilities also gives designers more potential to make the space more varied and interesting. The modularity also means they could attach whole new areas and add on to them with future patches should they wish. This would be impossible with the simplistic system that they have right now for the current bunkers. So let's delve a little bit further. What about industry gameplay? CIG could also design mining areas for rare materials to be harvested by hand or via vehicle. This could finally give true purpose to the ROC ground miner, which needs to be used to traverse the vast underground facility where ships can't fly or mine. Expanding on this idea, one might also imagine that attached to the entrance of said mine, you might have a refinery, making it a one-stop shop for mining gameplay. Items mined here could then be sold and shipped out via the pads above, where other players could take shipments to other parts of the system, creating a whole new linked loop of gameplay that could also be intercepted by pirates, adding risk to the experience, and personally I think excitement. Now let's continue down the imagination rabbit hole, because I know we're starting to go crazy here, but all of this really starts to feel like something they might be able to pull off. Another scenario could be exploration-based missions, where you descend into a natural part of the facility that's maybe less finished to locate something interesting. There could be various classic game systems like puzzles or whatever to try to transition through the spaces. Or how about ownable modules in the facilities? Elevators and other transitions could give CIG the opportunity to create instanced ownable spaces a la, the habs and hangars that we're supposed to be getting. Imagine instead of those places, you get a mining or refining area that you own or your organization owns. CIG might even consider facilities for manufacturing that would tie into their plans for the crafting system. Small ships, modules, or weapons could potentially be manufactured in these facilities, which would require resources to be transported there or mined within. Going even further down the rabbit hole, imagine the entire facility being able to be claimed or held by an organization. Imagine a weapons manufacturing facility on Hurston, for example, that might supply players with missiles, ammo, and guns. Outside could be defensible positions that players need to hold against other rival organizations who want to capture the facility for its resources, refining, and manufacturing facilities. I could go on, but I think maybe you're starting to see the point of what I'm trying to make here, that there's a lot of potential in these underground facilities to do more than what the current ones have. Now, I don't generally make these kinds of videos anymore. I started off doing this, but I kind of got sick of doing the Imagine videos. But CIG is in the planning phase right now, and this is the prime time to start brainstorming ideas and sharing them with CIG, because this is when they're most likely to take them into consideration. Later on, when things are planned and in development, it's going to be much harder for them to change direction or expand on interesting ideas. So that's why I think videos and discussions like these can help in a constructive way to make the future of Star Citizen just a little bit more bright. In short then, these new underground facilities have the potential to be a game changer for Star Citizen. But of course, this all depends on whether or not CIG really tries to leverage this modularity that they're working on to expand it into all these different gameplay areas like they've alluded to. I really hope that they're brainstorming like we are here and coming up with some exciting ideas to show us in the 4.0 release and going on into future releases. But what do you guys think? Join me in a discussion down below. What interesting spaces or scenarios can you see playing out in these underground facilities? Do you like my ideas? And if so, which ones do you like and why? I hope to see you guys down below. And of course, as always, hope to see you guys in the next one. Wow, you're still here. Well, as a reward for watching until the end, I've got a little promotion for you. If you head on over to TikTok and follow me at MorphologistYT, you'll have a chance to win a brand new cutter along with a game package for free. All you gotta do is follow me and I'll select somebody within the next month. If you don't want to follow me over there, don't worry, I'll have other ships to give away at other times, like over on my Twitch channel. So follow me over there. See you in the next one.